on my way to campus with some of my work so I can photograph it. I don't know if I'll actually record anything when I get there. If you see it, then I did. So, I went all around the building trying to find an unlocked door. Each one was completely locked. I saw the lights were open inside, but nobody was in there. It was strange. According to the sign, it's supposed to be open on Sundays. And it is. There was just a little ID card scanner right by the main door that I just did not see. It evaded every bit of my senses. Couldn't smell it, couldn't taste it. Until it appeared to me at the perfect time. It wasn't the perfect time. The perfect time would have been, immediately, but here we are. All's well that ends well. So there's my bag with my stuff in it, back in my studio space. Here is that pencil drawing that we completed the other day. There's a painting I did that was sort of inspired these two. I didn't make any progress on this since last time, but this one I worked on quite a bit. It's really coming together. There's still some areas over here that need to be resolved, but it's looking pretty good. This is a painting studio lab area. Ooh, it's out of focus. That's right across from my private studio area. And I come in here to take pictures of things because the nice white wall that you can just stab some pins into. Now I gotta be careful because there's a still life set up here, and if I mess that up, they're going to have my intestines roasting on a spit. But here's my stuff. I've gathered a bunch of stuff from the past 2 years that I'm most proud of. I'm gonna be taking some pictures of it today because I don't have a lot of high quality images of them. Whoa, I don't have my phone stand. This is gonna be a little awkward, but we'll see how this goes, I guess. I have the first drawing up right now. It's on the wall. As you can see, it consists of hundreds and hundreds of tiny doodles of different line weights, variations, characters, a bunch of stuff. It even has different three-dimensional aspects. It's sort of a doodle collage. That's Luigi. Now, I haven't shown it in one of these videos yet, but my go-to doodle to make is this stupid drawing of Luigi, and this doodle collage that I made last semester is sort of the culmination of that. I don't know if I'll make any Luigi-related art that's going to top this, but there's always hope, and you can't live without hope. Here's a painting that I did last semester. It's inspired by different objects, feelings, and sensations that I find repulsive. The first one, the weirdest one, is chewing on cloth. For some reason, that's one that always got me. There's stuff like frostbite and sunburn, loud, wet mouth noises, centipedes. I forget what this is. It's been a while. I don't like looking at it, but that's the way it's supposed to be. That was the intention. This drawing is much more recent. I actually did this one a few weeks ago. It's of my little sister on the sit and spin, and it's 2 different frames of a video I took of her doing that combined into one drawing. I'm not going to hang it up on the wall because I took a picture of this a few weeks ago and it looks absolutely fine. I like this one a lot. This one's a simple self-portrait of myself that I drew, I think, 2 years ago. It might have been sooner, but it's kind of scuffed up because I haven't really taken very good care of it. But it adds character. It's sort of a mundane shot that, I put a lot of effort into. So the irony is kind of fun with this one. Other than that, pretty standard, but I like it. Also, I forgot to mention, the drawing that I'm drawing in this drawing is this drawing. So it's kind of meta. Well, looky here, if it isn't the drawing responsible for scuffing up the previous drawing. It's a self-portrait collage. It's me, but I kind of look like a bird. Isn't that neat? Isn't that fun? Not much else to say. I like this one a lot. This is the only acrylic painting I have right now, and it was painted using a deconstructed and painted cardboard box as reference. The other painting I did, similar to that as this is like a direct representation of what the box looked like, color and everything, color and form, along with like the outside of the box right here. But I don't really like it as much, so I'm not going to bother taking a nice pic of it. Here's a very self-indulgent marker illustration of a character that I'd probably like to play in D&D if I ever had the opportunity. Chicken. Putting in all these tacks is starting to hurt my thumb a little bit. Anyway, to make this marker drawing, I sat in a rotating office chair in the middle of my basement and slowly turned around so I could capture the room from several different angles in different colors. It's a cluster of information that is extremely difficult to read, but it's certainly interesting. I painted these two about 1.5 years ago as a challenge to myself to paint some figures without using any reference at all, and basically paint how I would sketch in my sketchbook. And I landed on these JoJo posing, geometric sort of fellas. This guy looks like he's doing volleyball, but they're neat. This is a collage abstracted from a treadmill, believe it or not. See, like on most treadmills, there's like a panel with a bunch of information, like showing how fast you're going, different stuff like that. And the one we have, there's a oval shape that shows like a 1/4 mile lap. And I had been running on the treadmill a lot when I was making this. This was last semester when we were stuck inside. So I took that form and just added a bunch of garbage to it. I won't say garbage. Some of these are pretty interesting shapes. I think it's a really engaging composition. I still like it a lot. I made this painting this summer. I really love how I captured like the fluidity of the motion of the water using different variations of line weight and colors next to each other that are sort of woven together. It really got me interested in this style of painting, and it led me to make the paintings that are in my studio right now that I'm working on to explore this sort of thing further. Both in the style of the strokes themselves, but also in the method in which I made the source imagery, where I take an image or several images from Photoshop and mangle them until they look interesting, and then use that to further interpret the image. And now for the last piece, and by far the strangest piece, that I'll be taking a picture of tonight. Yep. These drawing cutouts are pictures of dolls that my little sister and I used to play with when we were very young, and often dressed up and took pictures of, and then we saved them on the computer just because it was fun. This last April Fool's Day, however, my mom and my even younger sister, who is the one on the sit and spin in that one drawing, did a little goof on me where when I would go to the basement, which is where I would do all my drawings that semester, and come up from the basement, on the back of the door there was a picture of these and many other dolls from the picture that my sister took so many years ago, and it said help us. I wasn't really spooked. It was honestly hilarious, and I wanted to commemorate that with this, which is honestly much spookier. It's strange. This is just one of those things, one of those projects where you don't really know if it's a, good idea, but you just do it anyway. Does that make any sense? And so these two were born anew. Creepier than ever. Like I was saying at the beginning, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to film right now or not, but I'm glad I did. I mean, I was taking pictures anyway, so, might as well record too while I'm at it. This is only the second time I've been recording in this space, so I was still a little nervous because there might be people around, but it's Sunday night. I keep picking times where I know there's not going to be a lot of people, and then being scared that there might be people. So if I decide to record sometime on like a Wednesday, God forbid, ooh, that's going to be real spooky. But I'm glad I got to show you guys the sort of work that I've been making for the past 2-ish years, because, going forward now you'll understand like the breadth of my artistic ability or whatever, and sort of my proclivities when it comes to what sort of aesthetic style, what sort of comedic elements, what sort of techniques I like to use, just so you can see how things like this and like that are evolving from what I made before. And also so you could see these, which will probably be hanging out in the background of most of my videos, because they're fun little gremlins. Question of the day: have you seen the movie Gremlins? I've seen the first one a long time ago. I have not seen the second one, nor do I have any desire to. But if somebody argues that I should in the comments, I might just do it. The stakes could never be higher. Alright, love you guys. See you next time. Bye.